Waka, 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 waka. Hey there, guys. How's it going? Happy Friday. It's Halloween. It's Halloween, and I got a scary show for you today. First of all, let me just get situated. I told you to be scary. Welcome to James True Live.
Love trumps, hate. Love Jews, hate. Oh, yeah. Love trumps, hate. Love Jews, hate. Oh, yeah.
Did you guys hear that? Let me know in the comments. I need to make sure everything's working right. How's it going, everybody? Let's get started, shall we? Did you ever love Trump's hate? Do you guys remember that? Remember that whole love Trump's hate? Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate. Do you guys remember that? Remember that? That was a big theme a long time ago. We were just like, yeah, man. Oh, good. Thanks, Stretch. I love you, Stretch. Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate was a pretty big thing. It worked for both sides. Not a lot of people know that. Love Trump's hate was actually, you think it came from the left, but it actually worked more for the right. It did. It's true. Look it up. I'll wait.
Love trumps, hate. Love Jews, hate. Oh, yeah. Love Trump's.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. James, just get to it. You got a lot to do, man. Hey, if more of you guys join Patreon, we wouldn't have to like separate like public and then private stuff. We just freaking do a show all the time. We could do that. And if you joined today on Halloween, you would freaking have this like magic thing, because every time you'd see when you joined, you'd see the word Halloween. You'd see that. I'd see it too. And I'd know that right now you reached deep into your heart and was like, why don't I just fucking join Patreon? Jesus, there's probably like a bunch of lit motherfuckers in the chat walking around going, oh, look at here's something lit and here's something lit. And you guys are just out here going, we like it alone. We like it. I'll never join Patreon. Never. All the videos should be free, but no Snap food. Fuck Snap! Fuck Snap! But I should get free videos. You should give me free videos, because the Facebook model never tried to mind control me. It never did. So the free model is perfect, James. We don't need to switch to the free model. I'm probably losing everybody right now, but Droopy's like, dude, I got you. I got you. You can hear this. Oh, you don't hear it? We got to get this right. Guys, I just need you to give me a sec. If I do this on air, it'll burn more in my limbic. Why can you not hear that? I'm hearing that you can hear it, but it's low. And I just need a quick sec just to... I'm going to try this way.
Totally lying. It's very normal for a Miller to be completely and utterly lying.
Quite frankly, I'm really sick and tired of this racist, bigoted rhetoric that comes from people like you against my husband, against my family, and my children. I am raising Jewish children in this country.
Totally lying. It's very normal for a Miller to be completely and utterly lying.
Quite frankly, I'm really sick and tired of this racist, bigoted rhetoric that comes from people like you against my husband, against my family, and my children. I am raising Jewish children in this country.
Who brought your children into this? What a weirdo.
Piers, I'm going to be done with this if you're going to allow racist and bigoted attacks against one of your commentators just for the sake that he will not
hang on.
speaking.
Casey, to be clear, he inserted
a line that says the Miller's lie. Is that not coded language for therefore we are Jewish? Come on, Pierce. Where are you?
What?
Where are you standing for this?
God, you're so
Katie,
pathetic.
if I can speak.
Everything's your
if I can speak,
fire him, cancel him, America. Oh my God, Israel's feelings have been hurt. Why don't you work for this country?
Can we try and get
this country?
It needs anti-Semitic attacks that is so permeating on CNN and MSNBC.
This is so ridiculous. I'm sorry. I have to jump in here. Somebody criticizing you personally is not an anti-Semitic attack. If somebody says that you are lying, that is not an attack on Jews. That is an attack on you. And just stop hiding behind identity. This is all the snowflake behavior that the right is supposedly criticizing the left for, that you're simply repeating here. Yes, Stephen Miller is a destructive force in American society. That is not an attack on Jews. That is no reference to his identity. This is an attack on him individually, and just deal with the merits of this case.
All right, now you should be able to hear me both. Yeah, she's not necessarily... I don't know if she's Hispanic or what, but if you want to look up her ethnicity portal and type it back here, I'll read it to people. There was so much to put together on this show. You can hear me now. I hope you heard that. I hope it wasn't too distracting. This is Stephen Miller's wife. Stephen Miller's basically like this short little Nazi dude that kind of watched too much John McEnroe and then sort of started just flexing his ability to pull hate into honestly kind of like a Nazi sort of theme. And so he hates the Jew and becomes the Nazi just by hating it. And I don't know if enough people realize that. This is one of the things that I was trying to help Owen's crowd with, is that the more you guys hate the Jew, the more that you create a scapegoat so that you can just not do shit. And that Stephen Miller really is just capitalizing on that same energy, except for he's actually become the very thing that he hated. And this is I'm going to play you one more because I pulled out the exact spot. I don't know if people get how profound what Stephen Miller's wife did. First of all, she sounds exactly like him. Exactly like him. But second of all, she tells you, no one else on the panel tells you this. She tells you that if you call me a liar, Chank, that is code for calling me a Jew. Ooh. Which means Mrs. Miller thinks that Jews lie. She knows that Jews lie. She is lying right now. And because she is so regurgitating Stephen Miller, she does not know how to pull off that kind of coxsicle. That's a very advanced move. Being a coxsicle like Miller is very advanced. Let's watch what really happened here. Like, fuck, I hope you can hear this. I think you can. It might be echoed, and that would suck, so let's try it.
He inserted a line that says the Miller's lie. Is that not coded language? Or therefore we are Jewish?
Is that not coded language? Or therefore we are Jewish?
Let's hear it again.
He inserted a line that says the Miller's lie. Is that not coded language? Or therefore we are Jewish?
Is that not coded language? Or therefore we are Jewish?
He inserted a line that says the Miller's lie. Is that not coded language? Or therefore we are Jewish?
Oh,
Is that not coded language?
man, it
Or
is.
therefore we are Jewish?
It kind of is. It kind of is, guys. It kind of is. Sort of like, whew, that's a big slip up. That's a biggie. That is a really, really big one. I hope you can appreciate that. It really is. Did you guys know that Larry's free? Good old Larry. You're going to find heroes in the weirdest places, people. You're going to find heroes in the strangest places that you look. And one of them is in Middle Tennessee. Believe it or not, this guy's a hero. I know. Greatest American hero, guys. Greatest American hero. Oh, really? Ah, guys, I'm so sorry. So the audio is low in that one. I think that must mean, I'm sorry, guys. I think that must mean that's just the audio from my mic. Someone's probably texting me. Oh, thank you, Renee. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. I really want to get this right. I spend too much time prepping for the show instead of actually testing the show. But I think when I hit play and present, what happens is this extra thing shows up, and I just have to remember to unmute that one. Apologies.
Larry Busard has...
This should be great. And I really want to be able to talk over it. So I'm going to see if this is great, and I'm going to talk over it.
Been behind bars for more
Take
than
it away,
a
Phil
month.
Williams.
And right now, he's not scheduled for another court appearance for more than 5 weeks. The question is, should this case ever have gone this far?
Yeah, there's been some very, very bad phone calls that my employees has had to endure. Our dispatch has had to endure.
For Perry County Sheriff Nick Weems and his office, the last few weeks have been rough as word has spread about their arrest of 61-year-old Larry Busard for a Facebook post. A local judge set Busard's bond at $2 million.
He's been here for 35 days.
35 days. Over a meme?
Well, it was a series of posts, but yes, the one post that he made was the one with Donald Trump that got everybody's attention and was considered threatening.
Yeah, I'll let him. Okay. Thank you.
Local police took Busard into custody at his home in Lexington, Tennessee on September 21st based on a warrant issued out of Perry County. The one-time cop is one of those rare liberals in rural Middle Tennessee and a keyboard warrior known for posting progressive memes like these.
This is what they charged me with. Threatening mass violence at a school.
At school?
It's referring to the school. I have no idea. That's what they've called us for, and I ain't got a clue.
I play on Facebook. I threaten no one. I know you don't give a...
This is the meme that landed Busard in jail. He posted it as part of a discussion about Charlie Kirk's murder. The meme quotes Donald Trump saying, "We have to get over it." It was exactly what the president said the day after a deadly school shooting in Perry, Iowa. That's the meme that he posted, correct?
That looks like it, except this part was blurred out, the face.
Where is the threat in there, Sheriff?
Right here?
Sheriff Weems says some in his community took the reference in the Trump meme to Perry High School to be a threat to shoot up Perry County High School, which had recently had to deal with a threat from a student.
Whenever you come to a Perry County page, okay, that is set up to let people know what's going on.
Look at the gold on his cuff there. That's a lot of bling. Not gonna lie, that guy's got a lot of bling. 30 days in jail. You should be able to hear me. 30 days in jail. $2 million bond. Holy fuck, that's a lot for posting a meme. He was released yesterday, so good job, Justice. Way to go, Sheriff. And he's gonna explain to you why he did this. He's going to explain to you why he did it. He's going to tell you it has nothing at all to do with Larry. Free Larry! It has nothing to do at all with Larry. Nothing at all. Larry's an ex-cop. Larry's Heyoka. He's posing as like a MAGA cop, and he's like fucking dropping bombs every day. He's just like, hey, you. Lotus is the mind. And I am the explosion. Take it away, Sheriff Bussy. Sheriff
When I'm in Perry County, and you post this talking about Perry High School shooting.
It doesn't say Perry County High School.
It says Perry High School mass shooting one day after. Okay, that led people to believe in our county that he's talking about Perry County High School because it doesn't say Iowa either.
But you also knew this was an existing meme that was already out there on the internet.
Correct.
And so it's clear he's not talking about.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, DL. The Kathy Griffith. No relation to Nancy Griffith. I mean, they could be related. Peter probably gets a lot of snatch. I'm just saying, the dude's fucking famous. He's fucking famous. He probably gets a lot of snatch, guys. Peter Griffin probably getting a lot of Stargate. Okay, Kathy Griffin. Probably one of them. and she held up the head of Donald Trump, severed head, a lot of blood. People were just like, "Oh my fucking god!" It was great. It was great. Not gonna lie, I remember that. I bet you remember it too. Let's continue.
Perry County High School.
We knew. The public did not know people to believe in our county.
It's clear he's not talking about Perry County High School.
We knew. The public did not know.
Dude,
Larry Bust.
That's it. We knew, but the public did not know. We knew that it wasn't even related to our state, says the sheriff. But who cares? The public didn't know. The public felt it was there. And the sheriff is asked, were there any comments on the meme? No one even commented on the meme. It was people working in the darkness. People working in the darkness, seeing this and realizing that they have the ability to strike a hammer and to cause a spark in the world for the very first time. That they can make an anonymous phone call and see the effects of their soul ripple through the universe. Yesterday, during our first call-in show, in order to elicit more people, because we got a small crew here, and a lot of you guys are karaoke nervous. You're karaoke nervous. You're just like, James, I don't want to sing a song. James, I don't want to sing a song. Can't you just open the calls up to literally anyone on the internet except for me? And we did that, didn't we? And the dude that came in had a audio recording ready and a video that goes with it. And he played those things. And those things, he was anonymously able to feel his power to, honestly, kind of a small audience. We only had maybe 106 people in here. And that made his day. That made his day. I thought it was hilarious. I also think if you guys would join Patreon, we would have more calls. I know we would. We would have more calls. We would. If you join Patreon right now, we'd have more calls. A lot of people are like, someone told me you're not relevant unless you have a certain number of calls, and that's why I won't read your brand new book, Black Eye Club, James, because it only has 39 reviews, even though they're all 5-star! Once in your life, you find her. This is this 44. Hey, what have you got? If you get lost between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, yeah, but it's true. I'm glad Larry's free. I think he's probably going to make a nice little fat settlement. I think the sheriff's going to have to get more bling because he can't hold on to the power that long. The uniform gives you power. It gives you power. It also taketh away. The threads giveth, the threads taketh away. Ask any pimp. They will back this up. Honestly, ask any sacred whore. They'll back it up too. Yes, I believe we should start calling prostitutes sacred whores. I think we should do that. I think if we call them sacred whores, this whole place would change. But a lot of you guys don't want it to change. A lot of you guys are like, I really want to worship fertility. I want to worship fertility so bad, James. Let me just keep worshiping fertility. Let me keep worshiping fertility. Let me. But seriously, hear what Miss Miller said again. Can we do that? Come on.
He inserted a line that says in the Miller's lie. Is that not coded language? For therefore we are Jewish?
Is that not coded language? Or therefore we are Jewish?
Yeah. Guys, the universe is peeing on you. It is peeing a truth, and a lot of you are afraid of urine. You don't realize that that's blood. And when someone's peeing on you, the universe is peeing on you. It's peeing its blood on you. It's peeing its blood on you, and you're afraid to look up and open your mouth because someone's going to make fun of you for drinking piss. I get it. First time I peed in my own mouth, I was kind of like, this is gross. You do it a few times, and you're kind of just impressed with your ability to aim and your ability to understand that this is the only way to see the universe completely. See, I am the universe, and since I know that I'm peeing on myself, I just have to accept this. You embrace the embarrassment of what it feels to do this, and then I think you can really just hone in and just start to understand the truth, you know? And the truth is that love trumps hate is still throbbing through us all. It beats in my heart. It beats in the heart of Mrs. Miller. It beats in all of us, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the reasons why it beats in us so much is because it makes us feel alive. And this kind of feeling alive is going to lead to a certain kind of tension, and that tension is going to lead to a certain kind of thing we like to call Christian nationalism. And I'm just going to put it to you straight. Long time ago, there was a group of guys wandering around Egypt that were like, hey, I'm having some emotional problems. And the other guy's like, hey, I am too. And a third guy's like, I have an idea. And they're like, what's your idea? It's like, we should slaughter something that we really love. And the other guys were like, okay. And so they did. They started small. First thing they did was a fucking chicken. They did. They started beating a chicken against a wall, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the other two fucks were so sick in the mind that they were like, oh my God, this feels better. It made them feel better. And so they're slapping the chicken back and forth, slapping the chicken, and they start to do it with kind of like a rhythm. They kind of put a rhythm into it. You know what I mean? They're like hunka burning flopping chicken, and they're feeling better. And a lot of other guys are starting to come over, and the more people that come over, the more they realize we're running out of chickens. This is, man, and that people are having to sit further away, and so the chicken being small is kind of losing its edge. It's kind of getting smaller, so they start moving to cats. I'm not going to stay on this, but they move to cats. They move to dogs. Finally, they move to rams. Finally, they moved to heifers, and eventually they moved into people. Before they got to people, though, they really did try everything. I want you to know these guys are resourceful. A lot of you don't know that the choking of the chicken, this expression comes back from the ancient Benjamitic word of to relieve oneself through the suffering of the chicken. The chicken must suffer and you will feel better. It's kind of weird. Hillary Clinton probably choked like 30 roosters in a stainless steel sink in Arkansas so that Bill would be elected president. It's like Haitian voodoo magic 101, okay? And some of y'all, it really shows that you're not fucking taking your Haitian magic school very seriously. I know that you're like, oh, it's voodoo. We have to. It's like, bitch, you are already dead. You are already dead. This is the day of the dead. Why would you not go, hey, voodoo? Can you do what voodoo so well? Cuckoo, cachoo, voodoo? Huh? Come on. I see you. You see me. Everyone with voodoo. Voodoo, you too? Huh? You too, voodoo? Huh? And you voodoo. You voodoo through love trumps hate. I know. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm kind of getting out of track. I actually have a lot to cover today. After beating the chicken, we moved on to other things. Some of the things we moved on to were like sacred rams. We're like, we have to use the sacred ram of Egypt. So we're going to go up to Elephantine. We're going to choke the ram. We're going to kill that. We're going to get off on the fact that we killed something sacred. This is when they like, hey, there's like a whole other level of magic here. If we kill the sacred ram of Egypt, that makes us feel really fucking powerful. The same way, dude, who called in yesterday, it wasn't just like a bunch of like screaming words, epitaphs, racism, as they say, but you guys did not get to see that he actually was showing some child porn too. And luckily I wasn't sharing that. And that means there's a dude out there that's like got triggered in his gun, like ready, because I gave you like 20-minute notice yesterday. We were doing a show that there's a dude out there that's got that triggered in his holster. He's like, I can't wait to show someone this child porn. and this video of these guys saying all these racial epithets. And dude's like ready, fucking ready. And this is the anonymity that he gets allows him to perform these kinds of measures in the cover of dark. He gets to do that. He gets to be like, oh, fucking yeah, this is good. Imagine how much it feels if you could convince someone else to debase themselves in front of you, and that would be your religion too. Imagine how much power you would feel if you could control the entire world with a few lies that you told, knowing that the people were so soft in their minds, so pliable, that there would be no way that they would ever figure it out. Now imagine there's a secret underground operation. Patriots, disparaged from the bullshit. CIA operatives with enough budget to want to put something in stone. Secret underground Jaguar warriors, psychopathic as though they may be, but I remind you that the A-Team was psychopathic too. The only way you could put together a force as powerful as the A-Team is you're going to have to... Damn it. That is funny and I shouldn't have held it, but you're going to have to roofie an African American. You're going to have to do it. And if he's got a mohawk, you're going to tap into your native roots. And if you care about this country enough to roofie an African American like Mr. T, you have what it takes to join the A-Team. And the only way you're going to be able to compete with these chicken bangers, let's call them that for a while. These guys have been doing this for years. And they've been tapping into the psychic prana of being able to destroy something else in a pharmacoean religion that we practice too. And that they elevated, they went through the sacred ram of Egypt with the shofar horn. They went through all of the other animals until they got to human. And Jesus was the first. And he was just as willing as Charlie Kirk. He was like, I would love that, Jewish millions. Jesus knew every scripture. He had access to every part of the temple, same way Charlie did. Dude was begging to be martyred, had an addiction to fame just like Charlie Kirk, and leaned into the fact that the only way he was going to be remembered, especially after all the retarded shit he just got through saying about turning the other cheek in the middle of some of the most sickest people in the world banging chickens against walls, and we're told to turn the other fucking cheek, and he says, no, I got a better idea. And Charlie Jesus walks into Jerusalem and he says to his brothers, I need you to go over there. He picks his 2 disciples that are the most brutish, look at the fuck up, and he goes, big dudes, I need you to go over there and steal a donkey. And I need you to steal another donkey. And I need you to make sure everyone sees it. And when they ask, I want you to say, because that dude named Jesus is committing civil disobedience, that Charlie Kirk is turning against is turning against the Pharisee Sadducee. The Sadducee, Pharisee. This is the name of the chicken bangers. They are the Sadducee Pharisee. And we call them these other names to try and tame them. And Jesus was so fucking lit. He was like John the Baptist with your hair shirt, fucking hold me underwater until I die and pull me up again. Let me cut off my junk at the Mount of Olives and be tempted by the most beautiful whores in the world so that I can be denied before dawn as a rooster laughs its ass off at what I'm doing because he was banged against the wall too. That's not for who your chicken bangs. It bangs for thee, does it not? And all this is hell, and all this is horror, and all this is fuck, we're fucked, and everything's fucked, and I'm gonna piss on the potlatch, and I'm gonna suck you guys, and everything's fake, bro, everything's fake. And then I tell you Q's birthday, and everybody laughs like, yeah, that was silly, but it wasn't silly, because a gang, an A-team of patriotic motherfuckers that just had a better opportunity to go to Ivy League school than myself infiltrated the CIA and said, we're going to fucking Heyoka prank this whole place. this, and we're going to have to kill someone to do it. We're going to start with a building. We're going to kill Building 7 in plain daylight. And it worked. It worked on me. The power of the A-team blew open my Lotus. And I turned the key and I backed out of that space. But a lot of people are like, people who back into parking spaces are really bad. So I didn't do that now, but now I back into parking spaces now. I've found the courage of the Lord, and people, they are going to find it too. And if it wasn't for things like you, this wouldn't work. I'm not even fucking joking right now, man. Watch this kid wake up. Watch this kid wake up. Hit fucking subscribe. Jesus Christ, y'all.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I'm a Christian man, and I'm just confused why that there's this notion that we might have owe Israel something, or that they're our greatest ally, or that we have to support this multi-hundred-billion-dollar foreign aid package to Israel to cover this, to quote Charlie Kirk, ethnic cleansing in Gaza. I'm just confused at why this idea has come around, considering the fact that not only does their religion not agree with ours, but also openly supports the prosecution of ours.
Yeah, so... He doesn't answer. Fucktard doesn't answer. This guy, this is Fuckiest Tardis. It's known throughout the United States. It's I think it's like under the genus of cuck. I think that's how it works. It's like the genus is cuck, and then the species is fuck, and then the the species is Tardis. That's what it is. Yeah, and you got the phylum of fuck, genus of Tardis, of Fuckiest Tardis. He's from Fuckiest Tardis. He doesn't help. He doesn't answer. But guys, this is how you infiltrate a Nazi movement. You plant this guy. And a lot of you guys don't understand what plant means. A lot of you guys are so broken by Zionism that you think plant means to go over to a field and stick a living plant that's already growing into the dirt. That's how out of touch you are with soil. You call it dirt. You call it planted. And if you understood, you're correct to say planted, but you don't know what planted means. This is planted by Gaia. The turtle knew exactly what to do. And this is the wasp in the back. This is the scorpion. This is what they taught us. The chicken bangers taught us how to do this. They taught us how to infiltrate our own kind and submit subversive psychological warfare to make people find not a nationalism, but a soilism. A soilism. Nationalism's for Zionists. Christian nationalists used to be Christian and now they're nationalist. African Americans used to be African and now they're American. No one's worshiping Christ, they're worshiping power. And the only way you're going to cause a revolution of abstinence, you're going to have to crucify Charlie Christ. If you do that, regardless of Charlie's own insecurities, regardless of his own addictions to fame, regardless of how much Jewish cock that dude has had in his mouth his whole life, because don't you dare take that away from him. Don't you dare turn this guy into the perfect archetype, because the last time we declared that Jesus was the perfect archetype, we lost all the gnosis, all the magic, all the badassery of this guy, who he really was. This dude was lit as fuck. He was willing to die. He wanted to experience the new frontiers of pain. And he fucking nailed it. He nailed it so hard that his hands bled. He nailed it so hard that today we have something called the turning point. And within the turning point is a revolution of consciousness. Guys like this are getting it. And you know what? If there's only 5% of them, that's enough. I am enough. You guys are enough. This is all it takes, because if this movement was more popular, we would be nationalists too. And we'd be infiltrated by a bunch of posers pretending to be on our side, pretending to understand what we want because they're just trying desperately to fit in somewhere, anywhere, because they haven't fully woken up. In my mind, this is exactly what QAnon did do. It did this. I know you're like, oh. And if you embrace the fact that it made you a fool, then you can embrace the fact that, wait a minute, isn't that how magic works? Yes, it is. This is how magic works. This is how psychic mind war works. Pretend I'm holding Aquino's book, which is just over there. We just covered this a few days ago. This is good progress, guys. We're making good progress. And the government's not going to be able to tell you that. It's not going to show you that. Don't. It's not about. I need you to know that the fact that government is broken is actually the reason why this is working. If government worked, this wouldn't be happening. We'd have war powers. We'd have like committees. We'd have like, oh, everything's great. A bunch of Mazzola wandering around. Yeah.
I'm not satisfied. I'm a member of the United States Congress. I sit on the Armed Services and the Intelligence Committee. Our job is to oversee the use of lethal force by our military outside of the United States. And I'm walking away without an understanding of how and why they're making an assessment that the use of lethal force is adequate here.
So this is the best. This is your best. This is your front line of like government helping, like stopping. Like, this is it, dude. It's a dude from Colorado. God bless him. You know, Jason Crow's his name. Way to go, man. But this is it. This could be as strong as you're going to see. And all this is about is history. I need you to know these guys, not this guy, but Trump thinks in history. He doesn't think in now. He gives zero shits about what public thinks now. In his mind, he's learned how to stack up how temples fall and how archaeologists come through and declare what happened. Baron von Trump, I don't expect you guys to believe me. But there's a book called The Adventures of Baron von Trump. You've probably heard of it. And it's supposed to be this book that's in history, and it's supposed to be this story of a time traveler named Baron blah, blah, blah. And I get that everyone thinks that's a real book and it actually exists. I do get that. And I believe it because I believe in the communal mythology. I've talked about this before, but I believe in the mythology is more real than it's not. Mythology is more real than it's not. Wikipedia is more real than it's not. And if you were we're going to use the word elite just so I can get through this. If you were an elite, if you were someone who had a lot of power and influence, the kinds of gifts that you would give, really like something expensive isn't going to really cut it. You're looking for something rare, something special. And the ability to insert items into history, I believe, is a market that exists that you and I just aren't aware of. The closest example I could give you is if you were to go check Hillary Clinton's Wikipedia page. It would show you her letters to NASA about wanting to be an astronaut. And none of that's been verified. There's no pictures. NASA's actually said, no, that probably didn't happen. It's still on the Wikipedia. And it's on there because there's a certain kind of power or flex that people have access to that can manipulate history. And this is from as low level, like Wikipedia, like Musk having his site called X, Hillary Clinton having a sycophantry that automatically probably even puts this stuff in for her. But then you have someone like Trump who just wants to buy veneration. He wants to buy the power of coincidence. Tom Hanks is practicing this same art. And I think that the thing that we call Freemasonry is really more of like Crowleyism. It's really more Thelema. It's really more about Philip K. Dicking the archetypes. It's about striking the chords in the right sequence to create a historic hologram that comes through long after all you fuckers are dead, no offense, present company included. That this is really how you would strike at things. And to be able to purchase a historic time traveler is exactly what you need, the exact same way someone would consider naming a child Elon, or a child named Elon tapping into the black magic of the Project Mars books by Werner von Braun, excuse me. And so Elon bringing you to Mars is the snake eating its own tail, the oracle mythology. And if you're a high wizard of Thelema, whether you've accidentally learned to smash chickens against the wall or not, you would know that to resonate archetypes, you would have to practice something similar to this. So you would, and you do it in the middle of the day, kind of like David Copperfield. Anyone who was there when he flew over the Grand Canyon would be like, dude, he wouldn't give a shit. I don't care that you saw this. Your opinion doesn't have enough ripples for it to even matter. I've got this on film. I can control the camera angles. That's all it takes. And the history's the same way. All these things are the same way. And I think that this is probably at the heart of what's happening in Venezuela right now. That ultimately this is what it's at. I think this plays if I do this.
Says it will cancel the visa of Colombian President Gustavo Petro over what it calls his reckless and incendiary actions in New York. Petro stood on a city street on Friday urging US soldiers to disobey the orders of President Trump and obey the orders of humanity.
Tiene que ser más grande que el de los Estados Unidos. Por eso,
President,
desde aquí, desde Nueva York,
President of Colombia. I think he's standing with Roger Waters, actually. And he's had his visa revoked. Why has he had his visa revoked? Because he thinks war in the Caribbean is wrong. Here's Marco Rubio.
I don't care what the UN says. The UN doesn't know what they're talking about. Maduro is indicted by a grand jury in the Southern District of New York. That means the Southern District of New York presented the evidence to a grand jury, and a grand jury indicted him. And then a superseding indictment.
An indictment from a grand jury really does mean shit. What I mean by that is an indictment from the grand jury is a quick cursory preview of all the evidence. And the preview of the evidence with zero investigation, with zero collaboration, with zero depositions, with zero anything at all, except for just the prosecutor is telling you, here's what I'm going to have to, or I'm going to try, I should say, show in this trial. There's no promises made. No one's held in contempt if what they argued in the grand jury is not actually what they argued on trial. So when you hear someone say that they've been convicted by a grand jury, it sounds so powerful, doesn't it? It's kind of like when people say, "Whoa, he's presumed innocent," and maybe you think innocent's like a powerful thing, but innocent, like it literally is like a pre-conviction is what's considered innocent. It's so fucked up. The language is so fucked up.
Came out that was unsealed about a year and a half ago that specifically detailed Maduro's actions. So number one, let there be no doubt, Nicolas Maduro is an indicted drug trafficker in the United States, and he's a fugitive of American justice.
Donald Trump has 34 felonies. Donald Trump, Bibi Netanyahu is a fugitive, wanted in several countries, only one of which is Canada. Only one of which. This is standard fare. Bibi is now showing you love Trump's hate, but more like Israel. Love Jews hate. This is really the way to see it. Love Jews hate. And that he's just moving on to say literally anyone anywhere is now Hamas.
Western Europe has large Islamist minorities. They're vocal. Many of them are politically motivated. They align with Hamas. They align with Iran. They pressure the governments of Western Europe, many of whom are...
Why does it not take the Supreme Court itself for this to be a valid authority? Because the House of Representatives hold basically the power of war in the sense of approving it. And so Trump would be able to basically shoot people or kill anyone he wants anywhere for up to 48 hours. After that 48-hour mark, he's supposed to have some sort of answer from this committee, the same committee you just saw that Jason Crow was on. And that Jason Crow is telling you that they just gave us no information. And by giving them no information at all, now you've created this legal sort of bullshit muck where Trump's legal team could actually argue they didn't say no. And they didn't say no. And truly, at the heart of what this means, truly, the white sun burns like a bitchy wasp. And the bitchy wasp is telling you laws aren't real. Laws are used as social structure in order for you, the person, to feel better about what's happening. A politician is there simply to make you feel better about where the bulldozer's going. It's not there to say, we're gonna vote for the bulldozer to go somewhere else. That never fucking happens. It will never happen. It has never happened. It's not even the definition of what a politician is.
Kindly disposed to Israel, but they see that they're being overtaken, really, by campaigns of violent protests and constant intimidation from this siege that is organized by a few states. One is China, and the other is Qatar.
China virus. The China virus. Do you hear it? Do you hear it? How is this any different than this?
A line that says the Miller's lie. Is that not coded language? Or therefore we are Jewish?
Is that not coded language? Or therefore we are Jewish?
He inserted a line.
You know it. You know what's going on. You know it. There's Crow. There's Colombian president with, I think, Roger Waters. Hope they jammed together. Showed you Rubio. He said, you don't get no shit. Showed you Bibi. I don't even like showing you Bibi. I was like, why you got to show people Bibi? And I'm like, I don't. God. I agree. Then you ask what China thinks.
到有关声明，希望美方认真倾听加勒比国家和国际社会的强烈呼声，停止损害加勒比地区和平稳定的行径，回到通过双多边法律框架开展正常执法。
I could do this better. And judicial cooperation. We have taken note. Here it is again. This is Gu Jaikun. Don't tell me I didn't pronounce it right, because I did. I grew up in China. You just didn't know it. Gu Jaikun, Chinese foreign minister spokesperson. Hope the U.S. listen carefully. The strong voices of Caribbean countries and the international community stop harming the Caribbean. An act of peace and stability return to the adoption of a bilateral, multilateral legal framework on the track of normal law enforcement and judicial cooperation. Okay? And then you got the president of Venezuela.
Just peace. Decirle al pueblo de Estados Unidos, no a la guerra. No queremos una guerra en el Caribe ni en Sudamérica. No. Not war. Just peace. Not war. Se diría así. ¿Quién habla inglés aquí? Tú, Daniela.
Why is the president of Mexico Jewish? I don't know. Which religion should he be? Like, serious question. Thank you for the super chat, Porterfinder. I really want to know what should he be? Like, guys, why do you think we bailed out Argentina? How do you take over South America without bailing out Argentina? How do you do that? Right? How do you do that? So yeah, Porterfinder brought up the other yesterday. I really appreciate that. He was showing me the other side of the propaganda. I don't know if he was calling it propaganda, but I saw the same thing when we invaded the Afghanistan. a lot of people who are, I'm not saying this is Porterfiner. I don't actually know where he lands on this, but a lot of veterans will try and feel better because they'll show videos of Afghani women running out with fruit saying, "Thank you for saving me." and it's such a beautiful illusion to have. It really is. And right now you have boats that are actively bringing the Venezuelan flag out to sea, hoping that to thank the Americans, and that if you just brokered a deal with Trump because you lead a revolutionary movement and they gave you the Nobel Peace Prize, you better bet your fucking ass you're going to have a bunch of boats with a giant flag rushing out to the military, and that you know that you've called the military and that they're not going to fucking blow you out of the water, even though they're blowing other drug boats out of the fucking water or other boats out of the water. Excuse me. And so in my mind, I think it's naive to think that those Venezuelans would rush out on a boat and beg for, "Oh, thank you for saving us." I think that this is planted as our media. It's always just the exact same thing. Right now, someone dies in ICE custody every other week. Every month, ICE executes a human being on American soil with no trial. Every fucking month. This is the definition of foreign invasion, and literally the meaning of the phrase threat to society. In 2025 alone, please hear this, in 2025 alone, ICE death toll, ICE deaths in custody just for this year, 25. The year's not even over. Shootings in public, 3. 2 of them were fatal. Caribbean assassinations, 57. And I don't even know what the count is today. Total deaths without trial, 84. All of these crimes are civil, not criminal, at least on our soil. If you want to convict, as I showed you yesterday, someone for drug trafficking, that is not an executable offense. There is nothing fucking normal. There's nothing lawful about what's happening. This is free murder. And you're looking at revenge porn to the nth degree. You were looking at let's bang some fucking chickens against the wall because we've learned, like Mrs. Miller, how to suck Jewish dick. I would love to keep going. If you guys would join Patreon, we could do that. But we're going to go to Dojo now. If you're on Patreon, you see the link. It's right there. Go in there right now. Got a gang of wonderful people that are even more lit than me, willing to help put a show on to do what we do, and you could join us too. I'm late. I'm not even going to show you the closing song. I just really appreciate you. I really wish some of you guys would consider throwing into the Levity Drive on Patreon. Get this up. We can make all this, do a 2.5 hour show every day if you want, take callers, all that stuff. Really appreciate you. Thank you for watching, James True. I'm going to have to cut this out early.